Honey, I need a new stereo for my car.
What? We're going to retire in 5 years.
Not without a new stereo in my car.
You're not going to need it in 5 years. You know that.
Cut. She's changed her mind.
Okay.
Great. Now that I have that authorized, let me show you the stereo in question. Okay. So now that I have all that approved, I want to show you the car and stereo in question. This is my Toyota Camry. Let me show you the stereo. So here is the stereo. Let me turn it on and show you this stereo. So this stereo went through several phases, and I think it's actually at its terminal stage right now. So what we have here is a Toyota Camry touchscreen stereo that will not do anything. Nothing happens, but it is playing a CD. Here I am, baby. Take me by the hand. Yeah, take me by the hand. So I'm not sure how much of that I can play without a copyright infringement, but you get the idea. It just plays that CD over and over again. So, you know, if you have like a 4-hour drive, that thing's gonna play like 8 times. So anyways, I got a new stereo. It's gonna be a JV. It's gonna be, I'll get you the specs on it. But I'm gonna start taking all this stuff out because the stereo is not gonna arrive for a couple of days. It doesn't matter. As long as I have my air conditioning, this is the stuff that's all gonna come out, and might as well get it out. So the stereo I bought was the Jenson CAR813, a subwoofer. I got the kit, the pre-wired harness, and I also got the frame and everything that goes with it. And I ordered this through Crutchfield, and it was pretty easy service. I think all in all, I paid around $700. All right, so here's the unit. This is the take apart process. Cleaned all this stuff out, man. There was stuff in there from like way back, including the summer mix number 3. But anyways, I don't have the right tool, but you can just pull up on the side of this. This is like step 1. Just to put that in the kitchen, they actually get washed out. A lot of this stuff. This is a good time to do all this cleaning. This part, let's see. Gotta put this in neutral. Stand by. Put it in neutral. Get your foot on the brake. You pull this thing down, and I think you can just unscrew it. Yes, indeed, that is happening. So there's 2 screws right here, right there and there. You take those out. All right, so I'll put this back into neutral. And this should just kind of pull up. Yes, it does. Pops right out. I'm going to take it off, turn it upside down so you can see what's in it. There's going to be some plugs, I think, plugged in here. Yes, so I just gently kind of put this off to the side, and there is indeed a plug right here. Okay, there's a release lever right in here. Just push down on that, and it pulls right out. You kind of see that right there. All right, let's start over by the vent. Okay, got it, just using my fingers. So that doesn't need to come out, so I just set it off to the side. Of course, it does make sense to take it all the way out to clean it. So we just have that, and that's the middle spot for the Jenson speaker case you wanted to put speaker in there. I wonder if the microphone would work in there. I don't know. All right, so then now there's two 10mm bolts there. And oh, I think I need to take this compartment out too, because there's two more in here. So take this compartment out. It is this one, not that one, and it's that one on both sides. That one and that one. Put this in neutral again. There's a couple of things to unplug right there. Oops, right there. I'll get those unplugged. Come right back to you. All right. Oh, so this one's got a plug right here. Push down on that. This other one is, of course, it's going to be different. I think it's just, this one is also just a little tiny clip right in there, and it comes right out. There's a lot of space in there. I'm just saying. All right, so now we're going to take off those 10mm bolts. This disc is still playing, by the way. It's funny. Oh, put this in park, and we're going to turn it off. Pull that unit out. All right, so got those these bottom bolts were like unbelievably tight, and the top ones were almost just like finger tight. Okay, here we go. Let's just pull. It's still playing. All right, so I got all those unplugged, and each plug is slightly different. Sorry, there's no way to film it and reach back there. So each one has a little tab at some place, point or another, on them. So you got to hunt around and pull. So here's the back of the old unit. It's funny because they have all these plugs, and the new unit doesn't have more than just one. So, but they all plug into something. So let's take this apart. And it finally stopped playing the CD. Go ahead and disassemble some of this here. Such a nice day outside. Yes, sir. So there's 3 bolts that disconnect this bracket, and this part right here is part of the climate controls. So we're gonna separate those two, and I will show you how as I do it. So here I am. Here's the controls. It just basically pulls back. Probably would be easier to do it on my kitchen table, but so here's like the whole unit. And so there's a few like really cheap aftermarket ones that make this beautiful, like I think the brand is like Ron Dobney or something like that. They make this beautiful large screen that fits right into this exact spot. But the reviews are terrible. I've had one, I put one in my other Camry, and it just has a mixed functionality. It doesn't do like Apple CarPlay directly. There's the Z-Link software that kind of operates the whole thing, and it's kind of sketchy. So why doesn't one of the bigger manufacturers sell just this unit in like a JVC or something like that? This is the Camry, and it's one of the most popular cars, and I'm sure that this probably fits into a lot of the different Toyotas. Anyways, that's just a little sidebar. Sorry, I digress. All right, so I have here the wiring harness. So I've got all the white ones in my hand here, and they should all plug into these. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And here, see. And if it doesn't fit, it's the wrong one. Let's see. That's gonna be that one. That's a nice click. That was that one. Not a super loud click, but you know, still ticket. Little box here. So I got a couple extra cables here. We go over the instructions here and find out what's missing. Okay. So I got one. There's a USB connection here. Goes right there. So I did a quick connect to see make sure everything's working. And so I got tuner
on campus, and we don't want to talk about that.
Works.
I know that's kind of why you're here, right? Because you want to know that your broadcasters are careful. But we chose this day to fundraise. I'll tell you exactly what she would do.
All right, so there's an Apple CarPlay button. Where'd it go?
First off, I know how much you love Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but you're also kind of health conscious. But I don't think you could help yourself if you want. You on the way home, you would definitely celebrate with some Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Let's do that.
All right? You know me well. That would be the first person.
Turn down the radio. To pair your car, please select the CAR813. Okay. So I paired it with Bluetooth. Well, it's really bright. And it was very easy. So to lower the resolution here. To do that. But anyways, I'm going to tell you, it was really easy to pair. It has maps, shows the maps. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and call this test successful. Figure out what some of these other plugs are for. Check my backup camera, and then I'm going to come back to you. So with the kit, it has this extra USB that goes into the car right here, and you can choose this. This goes to the jack that's in the little tray. So I'm going to choose the one that allows for the Android or wired Apple CarPlay. And so one of these actually says that on there. I'm going to plug that in here. And it looks like everything is running perfect. So now I just got to go on to the mounting this, and I'm probably going to do that tomorrow because it's like, oh, it seems really bright on the phone, but it's actually quite dark in here. So we're going to take the old one and transfer stuff over to the new one, which includes these clips. That's the only thing I think you need to save from the old one. And they'll go here, here, here. So these things come off by just prying each way. So you kind of have to have a screwdriver or two to pull it open, and then it pops off. Oops, I just popped it back on. So I had to do it again. So the top ones are kind of symmetrical, but these rear ones are a different color, and they're not symmetrical. So the kind of like the little nub goes on the inside. So I think I'm gonna try to, here's the original metal bracket, and here's the climate control. I'm putting on each of the plastic brackets that came with the kit on both sides. It kind of will help line things up a little bit. So I got both sides of these installed. The front piece is mounted pretty nicely here. It's got the climate controls there. So now just to put these screws in, I think the kit comes with these little tiny screws. Get those in. All right, so this particular mount comes with this pocket that goes in there, and it actually clips into here and underneath. However, with this installation, the vents are right up here, so the best part for place for the actual unit is the lower part of the DIN, and this is the DIN blank that came with the actual unit. So this is this metal piece here. So I'm gonna scratch the compartment. I don't necessarily want, it's gonna be behind the unit anyways, which means I have to take these tabs off. So either way on this unit, this rim right here, where my thumb is. Oh, hold on, let me see. So either way on this unit, this rim right here is kind of a trim that's made to come in from the front of the car, whereas this install is coming in from the back. So I took these screws out, not necessary, because this thing just pops right off. So I got to put these other 2 screws back in. All right, so I have these screwed together, little tiny screws up on top. It's going to be bottom position, and so this is offset a little bit. Make sure that we're actually right side up. That would be a disaster. Yes, we are. And before I take out that little tab, I want to do a reality check. Make sure that I like that. Yeah, that's good. Takes out that funny little compartment. Because it's good. This is going to be covered anyways. Keeps dust from collecting in there. Keeps you from storing stuff that you don't really want to keep in there. All right, so I got those tabs taken out that were right here. I got the thing installed, put it in place, put in these side screws. I put in at least 3 because they're available. Tighten these down, and it looks pretty good. So here's the front. And I like that. All right. All right, so it's the next day, and I did get off the phone with Crutchfield, and these are probably unused. This red wire actually might be a wire for controlling, being able to watch a video, which means it needs to be attached to a parking brake. So you can actually install a separate switch for that, or I think you can ground it out and then the videos will run unofficially. You know, you didn't get that advice from me, but I'm gonna leave it unplugged for now and get this stuff plugged in and see how it looks. Okay, so before we get this buttoned up, this GPS antenna comes with the unit. And apparently this is for so this is for helping when you're using the Apple CarPlay through Bluetooth. I guess it interferes with your phone's ability to receive a GPS signal. So it kind of supports your phone when you're in maps mode, have a GPS signal. So it's not for a specific GPS that's built into the radio. It's actually for, you know, if you're going to run. Now, if you're going to run, apparently, the Apple CarPlay with the wired version, then you don't necessarily need this. So anyways, for this install, this panel here was made for the GVC version. So there's a little speaker outlet. So I'm going to mount the antenna. There's no real good place, but I'm going to mount it right here. Sorry, my video camera cut off. And that just allows some of the signal to come in through that speaker. Apparently, it's good enough to just have it inside here, but you know, it's only going to run like a foot up there. All right, so that thing is mounted right there. That's about as good as I can get it. So I have the rest of the wire. I just kept a lot of it just wrapped up. Set it right there for now, and I can. All right, so I got everything attached to the back. Here's those extra ones that didn't plug to anything. They're just kind of sitting there. GPS antenna's hooked up. the RCA cables for the sound, the adapter that Crutchfield sent, check. So this is in place. I haven't screwed it in yet, but I'm going to put the head in and test it. All right, so this part just lines right up, just goes right in this slot, clicks in place. That's it. Nice little graphics there. See my reflection. All right, so it stopped recording because I had already hooked it up to Apple CarPlay. And so it's nice. Goes right to the maps. I don't know if I had that open or not. Let's see, let's go to music. I do have some, I have a ton of stuff on here. How do I search? Spotify. Pretty quick. Nice. So it has recently played. It doesn't. It looks like it's pretty easy to use. I'll just pick a couple. I might have to cut the music out. Jack and Diane. There we go. A little voiceover to prohibit my blah blah. All right, so I went through a few songs there. I'm not sure if I was recording or not, but now I'm testing the controls. Go volume up. Oh, nice, that works. Mode, does that work? Sure does. So I have it on Apple CarPlay, but turn this down. So it's, I'm not sure what it's scrolling through. It might be the songs on my, but it is working. So definitely getting the hang of some of the features that are on here. Probably go through some of them. I really like the unit. I'm gonna tell you, driving focus. This is kind of cool. If you turn this on, it focuses some alerts, but it doesn't stop phone calls from coming through. It's kind of cool. Announce messages. What is that? Siri can announce and read messages. Okay, I don't have Siri set up yet. Appearance. Always dark. Automatic. Okay. Wallpaper. Nice. I forgot we can choose some wallpaper. Ooh. Choose that. Not bad. Set. So silent mode, accessibility, show album art is turned on. Go back to the main screen and you got Waze. I do have Waze on this car. Maps, music, that's my music. It's got a now playing, there's the Jenson menu. Haven't got in there yet. That's here. So brightness control. Kind of cool. What is that? I don't know what that did. USB Bluetooth. Oh, that's the Google Play right there. Since I'm already logged in. No device. I don't have a device hooked up. Media here. So this is a good one because I do have an old iPod that I'm gonna try to hook up. This has got lots of songs on it. You can just hide it inside there somewhere. So I will see if I can get that hooked up if you're interested. By the way, I hate videos where they're just showing the screen, but I wanted to at least go through some of the features. And that's it for basically the install. There is going to be the subwoofer install. I've taken some video for that along with the installation of this, but I'm not going to show it as part of this install. It's going to be a separate video. I don't know how do they I don't even know how to do that. So just look for it on my channel. Let me get everything buttoned up and I'll show you what it looks like after it's done. All right, so going in reverse order, pop that thing back in. Make sure all the cables are out of the way. Make sure the cables are out of the way here. Pop this thing back in. There's a couple plugs to remember to take out. And then this unit goes in right here, but there's a couple of screws to put back in first. So there's the installation of the Jenson CAR813 in a 2015 Toyota Camry. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am going to have a review of the unit after I've had a month or two to fiddle with it. There's also going to be the subwoofer install. Bye for now.